Hey, Unpaid Lunch listeners, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and ad-free as a Prime member on Amazon Music. Find us on social medias and YouTube at Unpaid Lunch.
On your break today, I'm going to tell you all the reasons why you should quit your fucking job. Get the fuck out of there. You don't need to be there anymore. Follow your dreams. Do what you want to do. Make a fucking movie. Go knit sweaters. I don't give a fuck what you fucking do. Quit your fucking job. It is a meat grinder. It is eating you up every fucking day. Take the balls and just do it. Fucking quit. I fucking did, and I'm fucking glad I did. You should too.
All right, time to clock out for lunch.
Don't clock back in. Don't clock back in!
Welcome into Unpaid Lunch, and thanks for spending your break with us. With me, as always, is Rhino. It's Heavy D here, and we actually have we're live on TikTok today. We've not done that before. We've done that before live on an episode.
Never done it here. No,
we've not done it here in studio. But we have Izzy from SycoPsilico is here.
Thanks for bringing me on, guys. Good time. Good time.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
Great time.
We've had the pre-show was probably not TikTok friendly.
Oh, definitely not.
So we couldn't do the pre-show live.
Listen, the pre-show has nothing fails in comparison to the actual drive over. Like, you guys missed out on like 30 minutes of dialogue before we even got here. Ain't that right, Izzy?
Oh, things that we can't talk about. We can't talk about these things here.
I feel like we should, though.
We shouldn't.
Had a lot to do with our current locale, so we can probably discuss later on. But one thing that we kind of alluded to last week, and we definitely wanted to speak a little bit further on this week, is we'd had a previous episode where we kind of embarked on discussing what some of our dream jobs were, and really, quite frankly, Slick Nick was here, and it really kind of divulged into just a huge conversation about Disney. That's all it was. Disney.
And that's kind of the whole right. That's our whole thing, right? Is it's just don't do the normal shit that everybody else does, and do what you want to do, and that's what dream jobs. That's kind of where we're at with it. And I mean, Izzy's here, but I'm not sure what Izzy's dream job would be.
You don't want to know what Izzy's dream job would be, so we can go with what my normal dream job would be, which is what we're doing. We're living it. We're creating anything that we fucking please off the top of our head. Anything that I see in my head, we just fucking make it. And when you do that, it does what you need it to do.
We kind of do that too, but we edit it all out.
Well, that's the big thing, like you kind of spoke to last week. I'm a huge film buff. Have been for years. I really love horror movies. I love everything. But ultimately, like, in a past life, it feels... Nah, I hate Citizen. It feels like a horror movie. Fuck that shit. Sorry, Jetty. But, like, literally going back, and I look back, it feels like lifetimes ago, when I was 19, 20 years old, like, fresh out of high school and stuff, my dream was to go to Full Sail down in Florida and actually become a film producer. So that's why I really kind of got quite enamored with this work, because watching everything that you do on TikTok, like the creativity behind it, blows my mind. I love it. So inspiration.
Yeah, it's some of our favorite content for sure.
That's one of the biggest things that I wanted to even have the conversation with you about. And it's not just obviously the film coming up, but the medium as a whole, like everything that you're pouring out into TikTok and everything else.
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
Very, very dark places. You just go into it and you take something that fucks with you and it bothers you, and you just make it into something beautiful. You make it into a true piece of art, something that you appreciate, not something that bothers you or something that you fear, but something you fucking love. So you got to take care of your demons. You got to be good to them. You got to show them what they want to see,
Some people try to move away from said demons. Like, I mean, listen, I'm heavily medicated on antidepressants because of my demons.
Look, I embrace mine. It's fine. We're there.
Like, I'm kind of afraid of where I would end up at.
Yeah, and obviously, Izzy embraces there.
Oh, you definitely have to embrace it. You got to. Okay, so if you think about it, how do you catch more flies, with honey or vinegar? You treat your demons the same way. You be sweet to them. You talk to them real good, and they talk back. And then they're like, hey, here's a fucked up idea for you. I feel like you can make it into something. So something I was thinking about on the drive over here, the long fucking drive over here. So on the way down here, I was thinking about something. So I feel like ideas are like little spirits that are just wandering around. It's just energy flying around the cosmos and through the universe. And then when you get inspired by something, it possesses you. It's like a little ghost, and it just possesses you. And it thinks that you can create what it wants itself to be in this physical reality.
Manifestation of it.
Exactly. So it wants to exist, so it picks who it thinks.
I have a hard time keeping up.
I'm here for it. Yeah. I'm in love right now.
Yeah, I just, that seems like a lot of work.
None. It just comes to you. It just magically hits you.
The problem is we're not creative.
I think mine's gas. feels a lot like that.
It feels a lot like gas. Well,
you just gotta completely let go. It's like a silly trip. It's like one of those. You just let go. If you try to control it, it ain't gonna come out right. If something fucks up along the way,
maybe that's what we're doing wrong.
Maybe it is. Listen, I don't know if you want to see my demons.
I don't. I mean, I feel like I've seen them sometimes.
You have,
but
definitely off air. But
yeah, that's true.
So with everything, now obviously, like I know. How long do you feel like you've been on, like kind of like the TikTok wagon? Like, when did you start creating in that endeavor?
So my friend with schizophrenia, she told me to make a TikTok when, I believe, November 2019. I went live on Facebook for Halloween to work on a face, and Carol was working on Holly. So Holly was created on Facebook, and my first live ever. So when I was doing that, I was like, this is really fun. Well, my schizophrenic friend, she reached out to me and was like, hey, I've not been on my meds for months. This is hitting right where it needs to hit. She was like, I fucking love it. You gotta put this on TikTok.
I feel like
got to. So I did.
The longer I'm here, the more I can't separate real from reality from fiction.
Why are you covering your face?
I'm confused on where I am.
Why don't you look at me during?
I'm a little more afraid than I was a few minutes ago.
Demanding it.
I want you to make eye contact.
Ran my kids off.
They ran themselves off.
So I love it. You drove a while to get here. I'm glad you got here. We've been excited about it all week.
Oh God,
Rhino's pumped.
I've been geeking out.
Yeah, he's as gay for you as he can be. I
love it.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's just real. And yeah, we're pumped to get here. What do you got going on?
All kinds of shit. Made a movie. Left one of my dream jobs, which is the topic of the show. Left one of my dream jobs to go do another dream job. One that was more accessible. Everything is opportunity based. So I had the opportunity, so I took it.
And doing something you love.
Yes, absolutely. I loved the other place I was at, too, before I left to do this. I did. It was the only other job that I felt like treated me with respect as an individual. Because, let's just be honest, most jobs fucking don't do that.
No. God, right. No.
Yeah, that's what we're... That's how many times we've been over
they're
that.
in our wheelhouse.
Like that's where we're at with it.
The freaking alley-oop. So the thing is, like, I've known you for a long time. You've always been a very creative individual. So,
and I worked under you once upon a time.
Once upon a time. A lot of people don't know. Was that a shitty boss?
No, you was actually one of my favorites. If he was a shitty boss, you would know.
Let me tell you something about this motherfucker. Baby. Let me tell you something about this motherfucker. He knew what your answer was going to be. He just wanted to hear
that documented on air.
Was I a shitty boss?
The table, I wanted that documented on air.
Yeah, well, if you were his kid and he asked you a different question, what'd your answer be?
Well, the thing was, like, even back then, it was one of them shitty jobs, like as I've discussed in probably 19 fucking different episodes. There's no hours in that workplace. So, I mean, like,
yeah,
like as much as I loved having them around, it's just, there was no opportunity because here's your fucking payroll, deal with it, work with it. But, like, even knowing you back that far, like, it was phenomenal just to be able to see the creative spikes.
Well, we've had full episodes on it.
Yeah, and, like... I say this a lot because I know you fuck with this and you're all about it. Even though, like, all this is definitely like ASMR vibes, very psychedelic, I can't help but see some Kojima in there.
Definitely.
And I know a lot of people probably have no idea what I'm talking about when I say Kojima. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say Kojima? I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan.
Yeah.
If you can play through one of those games and not trip the fuck out about what's going on, the inner dialogue, all the other things going on within that, environment, that game is phenomenal. So just be able to see, I know you used to be twisted up by those games and be able to see it flourish into this.
Oh, still am. I love the fuck out of Metal Gear Solid.
And like, when you get when you're creative like you are, you get inspiration from a ton of stuff, and definitely stuff you grew up doing that was like the colors you use in your lighting are so reminiscent of those games.
Actually, the colors I use in my lighting are from Silly Trips. Yeah. Purples and greens are the colors I see when I close my eyes. So when you close your eyes, I see the visual snow of everything, and it's all in purple and green. Yeah, sometimes flashes of blue.
That's just why I'm not creative. I close my eyes and
I feel like I need to go
instantly fall asleep. Yeah, we've been over that.
This is obviously something we've never discussed live on the show. I have never been high.
Really?
Like, I've never smoked weed, anything like that.
Same.
Anything. Like,
Monroe's in
he's
studio.
barely laughing behind me right now.
Monroe's in studio losing his shit.
But that's not something I've ever, I don't know. I came from a
He
very
also suffers from nerve pain and anxiety.
You should come on a ride with me one day.
You always ride home, aren't you?
I got an addictive personality. It's my problem.
No, you have to only do it when the time is right. You have to suffer. You're not allowed to have it anytime you want.
I'll suffer a lot.
Good, suffer more.
His whole life is suffering.
Like, I'm sitting here right now, my leg is numb. It hurts.
But suffering builds character. It makes it.
See, you hear that? Trauma breeds success,
Rhino.
Rhino.
This is not a fucking RPG. Okay? My nerve pain is not cyberpunk. I'm sorry.
Smoke a little weed and you don't have to have that nerve pain. I'm just saying.
I didn't say. He told you to. I didn't.
Yeah, you're not condoning. Not condoning at all.
No, I didn't say I wasn't condoning it. So, what do you have coming up that you want to talk about?
So I made a movie. I've been working on this movie since. So I got the inspiration for a while. I always wanted to make something of my own. I tried to do a video game first in 2019, and it was going to be a medieval hack and slash gore fest RPG.
Into it.
Yeah.
Into it.
What are you playing right now? What was the name of that game again?
Chivalry.
Ooh,
oh,
okay.
Yeah, it's just medieval. It's medieval Call of Duty.
I need to play that. I have it. I never installed it.
Yeah,
but I
it's
need
good.
to play it. But that was something I wanted to do. It was going to be a top-down action adventure, but we won't go into those details. I didn't have the funds to do it.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than when you go into it. It's probably easier to make a movie, isn't it? Like cheaper.
It depends. It depends. So here's the issue with making the game. I had the modding community of Skyrim on my side. Because I used to make mods there.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of mod community members, and I actually worked on the Beyond Skyrim, the Cyrodiil expansion.
Yeah.
I got to work on that for a
Awesome.
little bit. So that was awesome. That was dope. But at the time of my life, I couldn't really focus on it, so I had to let it go and tell everybody bye. But there was a concept artist who made the Glass Longsword concept, and it was fucking amazing. And I got to 3D model that. So I reached out to him, and he done some concept for me for my characters, and all of it looks gorgeous. And I still can make this.
Awesome.
I'm still going.
Yeah, sure, that's there, right?
But right now, it just doesn't matter as much as everything else. So I wasn't able to do that, and that was kind of a loss. Sadly, all the concepts and everything are still backlogged in a folder, so I still have all that. We can go back to it at any time. But now, if I make a game, it's obviously going to be a SycoPsilico game. I'm thinking Mortal Kombat 2 Fighter, where you get to fight all of the characters as the characters. You get to fight Carol against Izzy.
We got a ton of listeners who are Mortal Kombat, who are like fighters, like tournament level, like just want to play fighters all the time.
I just want to bring like a classic Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
So where it wasn't all about like combo juggling. It was like, throw out a little combo here and there, then like swoop back in and try to do another one. Or they get in and get it. There's like more spaces for open opportunity. Given, some people are really fucking good and can just juggle the entire time, and then I get mad. We don't play fighter games on lives, so y'all will never get to watch me play Mortal Kombat. Sadly.
You just got to invite somebody who just comes in, jump kick, sweep, uppercut. That's why I hate fighters, because I will play with my wife, and like I'm trying to do sick combos.
She's tapping X.
And it's literally
fucking you up.
Endless hell of jump kicks.
That was my suggestion.
And I don't know why I can't beat it.
I was just playing against somebody's girlfriend who just.
I usually lose.
If you have a girlfriend or a wife, then you lose to them. You lose. Tap buttons.
Play Sub-Zero, freezer, uppercut, freeze.
And that's what I ultimately end up having to do. And then she gets mad and she won't play anymore. Oh. So you gotta paint her to a degree. So
the game didn't work out. Didn't have the time. To finish the game.
So I just started doing SycoPsilico before it was even named SycoPsilico. It was a little picture thing first. Like I just took pictures and wrote short stories to go alongside. It was supposed to be like 12 pictures, and then I was going to be done. And then I was like, I really loved my facelift picture, which is the green and blue one with Taylor and Carol, and they're going at a Deborah. But I wanted to make a video with that same lighting, that same vibe that I did with that photo. So I took it back and I tried again, and I made it into a video instead. And that went really well. And that sparked me to continue on making more and more videos. I hate ASMR. I used to hate ASMR. I thought it was the dumbest fucking shit. Absolutely thought it was ridiculous. So you just squeeze some goos and that's it. That's it. No, fuck that. Let's do more. Let's
I love it.
Really fucking cut something up. Let's show something that's satisfying to watch get mutilated. Let's show something that feels good to fucking mutilate.
It taps into people's carnal sides.
I love it.
People don't understand like how satisfying it is to watch those videos, and like the infamous video that like we were kind of talking about in pre-show, like where the face comes off, it's very lifelike face, thumb fish hooks in the mouth. Literally the stitches that came from down TikTok, they're like, what? No, bro, not the thumb. Not the thumb. Like, what are you doing with that thumb?
Yeah, I watched it like 4 times and was like, yeah, I'm just.
You get to watch that. You get to watch that in the movie. So
that's awesome.
So I saved up a bunch of money. We're just gonna fast forward. I saved up a bunch of money, and I was like, we're gonna make a fucking movie.
Yeah.
So I decided to make a fucking movie, and I had the backing and the supporters on TikTok and the following, and I was like,
for sure.
I feel confident with this.
And from the community, man. I mean, like people are pumped about it, and it says a lot about like your creativity and you in general that fucking everybody's behind you. Like it's gonna be, it's gonna be awesome.
Do you know how surreal of a feeling that is to know?
Yeah, no, I don't know what that's like.
Because it's fucking weird.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel real, and I prefer it that way. The more surreal and unreal life can become, the better it is.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing I fucking love about it is like as soon as I found out that you were coming back home to kind of set everything up and do it at that one specific theater, which I think the theater is phenomenal. I don't even know. I don't know if you remember this, but we were even having a conversation. I said, why don't you think about doing it there? Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I wanted to do it at the drive-in, though.
I know you wanted the drive-in initially.
Drive-in to be awesome.
Really wanted the drive-in.
I really wanted the drive-in, but that dude ghosted me, and he doesn't answer my messages anymore. So his loss, I guess.
Well,
I guess
so the drive-in is perfect for like obviously the horror aesthetic.
Yeah,
but I think the smaller theater, the smaller venue, but also being able to do like the personal interlude in, and then able to do a Q&A after, you would lose that probably in a drive-in setting. So I think that's just me personally. I love that you're doing it in this venue instead.
Oh, I do too. Like I'm absolutely.
It's more intimate.
This venue. It is.
Last thing I can remember that venue having was Christmas Vacation.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, they played a bunch of Christmas movies.
I love the venue.
The venue has such a nice like aesthetic to it too. It's real clean. Yeah. They've updated some things in it. It's really nice. I really enjoyed it.
It reminds me of an old theater that I went to in Lexington, Kentucky. When I was at University of Kentucky, I fucking love this place. Every Halloween, I don't know if they're still doing it. I'm wanting to say the theater was called the Old Kentucky or Old Kentuckian or something like that. But basically, what they would do, it was an old rundown movie theater that they've been renovating, but kept the rustic vibe of it. Every Halloween, they would do Rocky Horror.
Oh, killer!
But instead of just showing Rocky Horror, they brought all of the theater majors and things like that from UK, and they would go up and down the aisles in character. So when the big, huge dance scenes and stuff would come out, they would do crowd engagement, spray blood, everything. And maybe you were encouraged to come in character and things like that as well too. So that's why I love that you picked that venue. It takes me back to Rocky Horror vibes.
Nice.
And that was the first time I'd ever seen Rocky Horror, was in that theater, in that type of environment. Now I can't watch it anymore.
Because you watched it in that environment.
It's not the Rocky Horror that I've become in love, I fell in love with. So just being able to go to that venue, I think it's phenomenal for that.
And you have, the genre that you're in. Obviously, you have a love for. And
so here's the funny part. I'm glad you're leading into this, because this is a little tidbit that I got actually on the drive over. You don't watch a whole lot of movies.
No, not at all.
That blew my mind. That came out and I was like, it blew my mind.
I guess I could see what's your reasoning behind it. I want to see if I'm right.
I don't have enough fucking time.
Yeah, all right. That's where I was at. I don't imagine you get time to watch a bunch of movies.
If I have time to do something, it's going to be playing a fucking video game.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's the best way to spend my time, because it keeps me engaged, it keeps me active, and it gives me ideas, especially with RPGs.
I don't think you need to be like a movie buff to make a movie, though. Like,
I think
because
it's
it kind of makes it more
that you aren't.
Yeah, because like your ideas are much more original than things you've seen.
See, I still do get inspired by the things that I see.
Sure.
Like I'll still see things, but like I won't fully engage it. Like I'm like, oh, okay, that fucked with me a little bit. Let's go ahead and lock that behind somewhere. Let's come back to that. Let's revisit that in the future.
Until you're seeing it in purple and green.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that. So you went to school for it, right? For filmmaking.
No, game design.
Game design.
I already knew how to make films. It came naturally. So I used to make like little films with my friends. And,
Loved
like,
them.
It was just a good time. Like I didn't give a shit about it. I didn't fucking care. But then I started realizing my friends didn't take my advice. I was like, hey, let's do something like this. I want to make this. Let's try it like this. And they're like, no, we're gonna do it this way. And I'm like, oh well, fuck you.
One of my biggest regrets in life is when he worked for me. Multiple times said, I need a cameraman. Come out here with me. I know you've always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Let's go videotape some shit.
Yeah,
Let's go fuck some shit up. And I know, go ahead and flip me off. I get it.
Do you know how hard? Do you know how fucking hard it is to find a fucking camera operator? Do you know how fucking difficult that is?
Use me.
Do you know what I ended up using? A tripod for a lot of my shit. I still do. Everything that I make, including my set, is hand-built by myself.
Setting up a tripod, motherfucking Ryan. If they just listen to me 15 fucking
Ryan
years
could be out here fucking. I'm not to be setting this tripod
but
up.
I'm seriously like, well, back then,
Could already be done.
Asher was a newborn.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of, newly married, newborn child.
Excuses.
I mean,
Excuses. Well, it's one of that excuse is one of the reasons why I never got married. I never will get married, and I never plan to have a child. It's
definitely
because
not
I
an
have too many
excuse. I
things
get
to
what
do.
you're saying, and I love that. See, me personally, like one of my dream jobs that I've ever had, and I'm going to go, ooh, like, gooey. I always wanted a family. Like I've always been the family guy. Like my brother got there first and depressed the shit out of me because he had a family before I did.
I hate you.
That's just the way I've always been. I always wanted kids.
And I can respect that, actually, because we do need people out there that's like that.
Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff going on at that point in time. Plus, where I was a store manager at GameStop.
Do you have any regrets?
No. I mean, I wish I would have done it. I would still love to do it at some point now, just to be able to exercise, that part of my dream. Like I would love to get into some type of creative, building and to that degree. But like looking back and things like that. Like that's why I'm so pumped now.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to do workshops. Like after I screen my movie, I'm gonna consider doing workshops, and then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scout people and take them from their jobs so they can work.
We're all about it. That sounds wonderful. We will be behind you 1,000%.
See, I need heads for Painful Productions. I need you all to help me.
I love the actual name of the production studio.
Hold on.
Oh, breaking it. Oh yeah. Take it off.
We gotta undo the buttons real slow and easy for you.
I'm not sure what's happened, if this was planned or what.
It's the purple lighting. Roll with it.
I'm here for it.
We
I'm
just go with the flow.
I don't know if
Have
I
you
just
seen
need
it
to-
yet?
You make
The
eye
logo?
contact with me.
Literally don't know what we're talking about.
Watch
You're
me.
not going to be
Look
looking
at
at his
me.
dick. It's actually a logo.
Watch
Chill out.
me. Watch
I
me.
believe it. Oh, I love it.
That is beautiful.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I'm kind of pissed that that's not going to be available for sale.
It's not because it took 6 hours to cut it out, and that's
Just
the
that
only
one?
reason. Yeah.
God.
The scan that I gave Kate was a bit. So it's a charcoal drawing.
Yo, and she's
but-
good at what she does too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
she made some merch for us.
Caitlin Campbell actually did the design, and then she did it with charcoal, and then I sent it to Caitlin Tennell to
Yeah.
put it on her shirt.
For
But-
real? Is that we've done this?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Does she do her own work? Like, does she make money off of this stuff?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Plug this shit. What's the name again?
What up,
Hit me.
Kate?
yeah.
What up, Kate?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We've
That's
talked about it
phenomenal.
before. Maybe you weren't here.
I may have not been here. I'm
Yeah,
that much more invested now. This is
Childhood
fucking awesome.
friend, childhood friend. Oh,
I love it.
everything that's going on at this event in Norton is literally used by it's a dream team that I've been watching people for a very long time, and I've been watching how good at what they do. I've been hanging out with them, talking to them, watching them from afar, and I noticed Caitlin Tennell does the best damn shirts I've ever seen in this area.
they're good. Yeah, they're awesome.
And then on top of that, I got the cluck truck involved because Micah Nida's fucking chicken is amazing. So the cluck truck has to be involved, and that's why it's only VIP. I asked him, I said, "So how many people can you feed within a decent time frame that makes it reasonable?" He said, "About 100." I said, "You're going to do 80." I was like, "Can you do 80?" And he was like, "Absolutely." He was like, "I got 4 things for the menu." I said, "No, you don't. You have 2 things for the menu." Because we don't want to give people too many options because that will keep the fryers busy.
Sounds like you'll get everything done on time then.
Oh yeah, everything should be like you walk up, it's ready to go. Here it is. That's the idea. It's the idea.
There's some
Okay,
menu
you
window
gonna
there. I'm pretty sure Micah hates me.
You're gonna go get
Throwing
some.
that out there. So I'm trying to overcome some things here.
It's okay.
I know it's not Micah's fault. New business, things like that. But we had a slight episode up at the call center one day, and I was very vocal about it on a podcast. So, Micah, if you're listening to this,
Didn't know where we were at.
I feel like we can meet in the middle somewhere and agree. I promise I will let it
no
go.
publicity's bad publicity.
I listen.
So
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at them. They're going to join back together and be friends, all because of this psychotic asshole who likes to trip.
who knew what would bring you together like that?
Oh, Lord.
Just some dude that likes to wear doll faces.
Listen, as long as I get some of that Nashville hot chicken, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that's good. I'm good.
I'll roll with it.
I'm good all the time for the food. So
You're a VIP, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then you're getting some of that chicken.
Fucking right.
pumped about it.
Listen, I'm pumped about the shirt. Well, once again, shout out What Up Kate. Like,
Oh, also, we got to shout out Split Hoof Design for making the design to that shirt.
Okay.
Fun story about that. So I did Horror Fest over in Johnson City. Again, another long fucking drive, but it was definitely worth it. So when I was there, Split Hoof was also there. They did a short film called Trust, which is fucking so good. But check them out too. But
Yeah, plug whoever. We're all about. That's what we're all about. So
he watched my 10-minute demo cut of the film that I hastily put together because the film was not done. I was trying.
I remember
to have
you
it
stressed
ready.
about that a little bit.
Yeah, I was trying to have it
stressed.
ready, read it through. I had it rendered out 3 days before. Do you know how long it takes me to render my movie? It says 72 hours at first, and then that number will climb, and it'll be a little bit 4 to 5
So explain
days.
very quickly. I'm not trying to get into technical jargon, but rendering.
Rendering.
Explain that.
So I run my renders through 4 to 5 passes, and the first pass usually can be done in about 12 hours.
Okay.
Well, the 4th pass is where all the pretty colors come in and makes everything have that shine.
So it's basically like contrast and overlays and stuff is what you're doing when you're rendering.
Yes. So that
I
4th
feel like
pass.
it's a lot harder in audio editing.
Oh, God. I can only imagine.
Oh, the 4th pass, though, that's when it has to go by frame by frame by frame. And each frame will take 15 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on the color balance. The more darks that are in there to make sure that they go through properly and the contrast is balanced can take up to an hour for one frame. One frame out of a movie that has thousands of frames. Now, I shoot 23.976 frames per second. So you get 24 frames for the most part. So 24 pictures makes 1 second. So with those 24 pictures,
That's wild.
1 second can take easily 1 day to render, depending on how my settings are set.
So
and that's in 4K.
And that's all like the non-glamorous work that people get to see. That bendy straw.
Oh,
funny
my
story.
TikTok followers get to see my bendy straw.
Funny story about the bendy straw. Has a bendy straw they're drinking out of their water, and my little girl who's 10 got it and was so pumped about tonight because she thinks she likes horror. Until she's around it, and then she's like, actually, I changed my mind.
I'm gonna run the fuck up out of here.
Made her get that bendy
She kind
straw.
of squealed a little bit. Which I would definitely played into Izzy a whole lot like that much more because it's like, well, I've already immediately made an impression today. I've done my job.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I got my feel. I definitely want to come back to, like you said, the festival. I had a quick question. Like you're talking about each frame. How long would you say? And I'd say you probably don't have an exact time. How long did it take you to make this movie? Man hours.
You can push that out of your face if you need to.
I like it in my face.
That.
I didn't even notice that part.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
So, like I said, I have barely any vision. But so the man hours that I put behind it, I can tell you my hours that I worked because I didn't record anything on paper because everything is vibe based. So what I did was after I filmed the movie in 2022, I filmed it in 8 days. 8 fucking days. Plus maybe 9 days, because I did have to go back through and do some reshoots for some shots that I didn't have before, so we made it work. But I ended up taking a week off, went to the beach, had to have a vacation from my vacation, and then I started editing. I put all the TikToks to the side, I started editing, and what I would do is I would sleep all day. I'd wake up probably around like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock p.m., then around 6, 7 p.m., I would have a coffee with some Space Honey involved. Literally the label that I put on it. I had Space Honey every single day that I shot. So when you're watching this movie, just remember, every day was a big spoonful of Space Honey while I was doing this. Setting up cameras, running cameras, in character, out of character, changing things.
Was you the only person, like, the production crew? It you?
The production crew was definitely skeleton. This production crew had me, and it had David Nix, it had Ben Link, like from Zelda.
Yeah.
He's, from Zelda.
Yeah. I really did
I've
that.
never played a Zelda game before.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Worked at GameStop for 6 years and never played a Zelda game.
I bet if they asked you about it there, you would have said
played
yes.
every one of them. Greatest games ever fucking made.
Would you? Can you? That is.
My mama thought it was the devil. Okay, fuck off of it. Leave it alone. All right.
So
production crew.
So we had then we had Jody Wright. She was our makeup staff. Did an amazing job. Then we have our co-star, which was Alyssa Keller. That was it. That was everybody on set every day, back to back, 8-hour days. There was
a lot of fucking work.
Oh,
so how many actors?
2.
Just 2, right? That's what
I will say that my mother did help. My mother is in the scene. Oh, and my brother Greg. But they came in and helped out. And they were like, "Yeah, no, we'll be a stand-in for you." But they weren't there every single day. They were there for the first day of filming, and they got their parts taken care of relatively quick. So Greg Payne, Loretta Payne, they came in and helped out.
Nice.
Shout out Greg and Loretta.
Greg and Loretta.
My mommy made us food too. Isn't that awesome? She catered some.
It does make a difference, I guess.
So that's what I love,
like,
though. Like, one of my favorite film directors is Kevin Smith. Love Kevin Smith. And I love that closing scene in Clerks when his mom's in the floor, like, checking for the newest or the best date of milk. I love seeing that moms embrace it. Because sometimes it's hard to really do this type of stuff if you don't have at least some form of embracing around. Like, because I know there's going to be times like
it was pulling teeth. I'll say it like that.
My mom has been on the podcast.
Yeah,
we should get your mom on the podcast.
No,
that'd be my favorite thing of all time. I think your mom on the podcast. No. I would dress up like the devil.
Probably would not run over well. So, from what you're saying, cast and crew sounds like it's around 5 to 7 folks.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that network.
5 people for
Which
every
is
day.
impressive.
And then
That's awesome.
We also had DJ Hall who would come in and he would help out on every other day that he could, and he did an amazing job being like grip and just being super versatile and flexible. And I'm going to teach him how to run sound next time because
I love it.
I rigged my camera up to also. So camera operator A was also the sound engineer and the the sound operator. My sound engineer was post-production, and that was Destiny Stansberry, and he did an amazing job because it was a last-minute situation. Because originally, I wasn't supposed to have a score. There was going to be
That was going to be my next question was score.
No music. It was
perfectly
designed.
done.
All this was designed for none. It was all going to be based off of the ASMR sounds and just the natural sounds of it.
See, I like that too, though.
Yeah. See, but guess what? That felt empty. And I
get it.
I don't like how empty. I couldn't put enough sound effects in there. When I did, it would just muddy everything up. And I was like, you know what? This ain't working out. This ain't working.
Yeah, it's a lot of space to fill, right?
Yeah, I respect that. That definitely makes a lot of sense.
But it's still ASMR heavy anyway, though.
Oh, definitely. There's the last 5 scenes, the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie. Ooh, that's going to be controversial, I think, for some people. It's either going
Pumped about it. You fucking
I'm
so excited, man.
You don't even understand.
It's either going to go over people's heads and they're going to be like, I don't fucking get it. What is going on here? Or they're going to be like, oh my God, this is okay. Okay. I see where this is going. And then they get into it. So it depends. It's going to be like taking a cold shower at first. But if you've watched my stuff on TikTok and Instagram and all these things, and you've seen what I'm doing, then you'll understand the concept and the idea of what Uncanny Valley is.
Yeah, it feels like people who follow you are going to understand the movie more, but like you don't have to obviously follow your work to see it, but it helps.
It definitely helps. It helps a fuck.
It helps understand the story.
So I actually, based off of some responses from some closed viewers, they were like, look, we don't watch your TikToks. We're like old, so we're not going to download TikTok either. And I was like, well, that's your loss. And they were like, but you're missing out on a lot of people when you just throw them into this world and they don't know shit about it. And I'm like, you're right. So what I did was I took some of my Visceral playlist from TikTok and I've inserted that into the very beginning of the film to give some backstory of like what the fuck is
awesome.
going on.
That's dope.
That's going to be awesome.
So I'm spoon feeding you all a little bit, which goes against everything that I believe in. I don't want to spoon feed you content and story. I want you to suffer. I want you to struggle and scroll through a bunch of shit, years and years of work that I've done. I want you to suffer and find it.
But alas,
I didn't do that, and I gave y'all a little spoonful.
There's one video that's my favorite, and I don't know if you've seen it yet, but we're going to watch it when we're done recording later. But it's Daddy's Girl.
Ooh.
Daddy's Girl's my favorite video.
so I will
It's my
admit,
favorite video.
I'm behind. I was recently introduced to your work, and then got engulfed in it for like a week,
Nice.
and just watched a ton of shit. And I was just hanging out in your lives.
Ooh, so you've seen the shows.
Yeah.
What do you think about the set?
I mean, I love everything. I love everything that you do. I think it's great.
I think the set's phenomenal.
Yeah, I think it's like
How much time went into building that out?
I did it in like 3 weeks, but I worked on it like every day.
Yeah.
It was, I went out, I never built anything before, and I think I'm going to have to build my house with my own fucking hands. I'm pretty sure that's the route it's going with the way things are looking. So I am going to literally fucking have to learn how to build. So I was like, all right, what are we going to build? TikTok's giving me some money from the lovely support team and the followers who get my fine ass artworks, and I love you all so much. Thank you. Anyways, because they fuel me to make crazy shit that I love to make, and then they donate to the project because I don't sell anything. I don't.
Absolutely.
Nothing's for sale. It's all donation. If you love my work,
Crowdsourced.
then support me.
I think
with
people
what
would
you can.
watch you in character build a house.
I think they would too, but here's the problem. Visually, I can't see fucking shit.
I think that's why they'd watch you try to use a bandsaw.
It'd be an interesting fucking house.
They'd be like trying to watch you saw logs.
Somebody trying to build a friggin' house in Fallout 4. That's what it would look like.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be that clean.
I don't think it would be either.
So my house is actually dedicated to my work. The blueprints and everything that I've been working on and laying out, my house is dedicated. 3/4 of the house is a studio,
And it should be.
And 1/4 of it is a studio apartment.
If I built a house now, it would definitely have a huge studio.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom floor would be a studio.
Nice. As you should. It's
With
just, it's great.
basketball court. And
See, my big thing is like we're discussing all this, and like the film nerd side of me is like I'm still like film geeking. Like I have so many questions.
ask him. He's
But
here.
like it comes across as vanilla ass fucking questions.
But does it? Because, there's a lot of people who don't understand what goes on underneath the hood.
Location scouting.
Location scouting.
That's a big thing for me. Like that's me where I always wanted to kind of embark on the production side of things, like producing. How hard was it for you to find the perfect location for how you wanted to?
So where I went to college at, they had a side place where they did the college didn't do animal testing on it. An old facility beforehand did animal testing on it. And when those places were doing their bits, they got done with it, so they sold it up. And the
That's
college
perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the facility of Silico Solutions is actually used to be an animal testing facility.
Oh, you know what would be a great place? That place in Jenkins. The nursing home on top of the hill.
Oh, dude, no.
No, come on, that's
Oh,
awesome.
it would be perfect. You ain't getting me in there.
There's an old nursing home that's abandoned in Jenkins.
I want to check it out.
Yeah.
Just want to walk around. Did you see the videos of Vicky wandering around that old school? Now, we won't say the name of this old school for legal reasons, but that was a fucking crazy night. Can I share a story?
Please.
Fire away.
So, when you're exploring abandoned places, you always carry a little bit of protection. So I had a friend with me who carried said protection while I had all my film equipment and lights with me.
Yeah.
In this abandoned ass schoolhouse. So I'm setting lights up, but this place was fucking packed. This whole school, it's like 11 p.m. and it's packed with people just exploring it and walking around.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's weird. It was fucking so bizarre. And it was like kids. Like,
That kind of ruins part of it.
No, it don't. Why don't you
Stay tuned.
why don't you just buckle the fuck up and see where we go? so like all these random people are there, and then I'm decked out as Vicky.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Vicky, she's the one with the teeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so I have her roaming around these halls, and these kids are like, oh shit, and then I hear a taser going off, and I'm like, is that all you got? So I have protection behind me, and I'm like, don't do it. But if they come at me with that taser, go ahead.
See, that's
and
the
do it.
part I missed at the beginning of the story is that you were in character.
Absolutely.
That makes it a completely different situation.
Completely.
Lost.
So
That'd be awful.
yeah.
That'd be
Imagine up
awful.
here, up on top of the hill in this old school. That'd be epic.
So let me paint a picture. So what Vicky looks like, Vicky has red hair, super jacked up teeth. I'm actually running through Vicky's creation again on TikTok, reposting. And so Vicky's got fucked up teeth and red hair. She wears not a nightgown, but a hospital gown saturated with blood, and carries a
Syringe.
crutch.
Oh, yeah,
hot.
yeah.
Love it.
She's got a gimp leg. Carol helped out with that. Anyway, so I'm hobbling around this old school like this with all these funky lights going on, and these kids are like, motherfucker.
They're fucking losing it.
After I get all my shots and everything, we ended up befriending them. They showed me their taser. We talked shit for a minute. It was a good time, They were like, we want to play. And I was like, okay, well, let's play Manhunt. When I get done getting my shots and I put all my camera equipment back up, let's fucking play Manhunt.
That's like one of your favorite games of
I
all time.
fucking love Manhunt. Yo.
So I was going to go live as Vicky and chase and hunt these kids down to this school. Kids I've never met. Kids I don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure they graduated from there, so they weren't really kids, but they were younger than me.
Sure.
So I was like, all right, let's play Manhunt. So I load all my gear up, and by the time it's time to play Manhunt, this school is dead-ass empty.
I bet it was.
Dude, there was no one there anymore. I walked back through looking for them. They were gone. So on the drive back, me and my friend were shooting this shit, and we're like, fun concept. What if they were ghosts? Like, these kids were dead. And, like, we were just kind of, like, interacting with, like, some past bullshit. Like, how fucking cool would that be? Trippy shit, Just something
Yeah, I guess
fun.
if it was full, that's what, because the whole thing seems weird anyway that it was full.
Dude, it was loaded with random fucking people just walking around, and they
It's
all
just
looked
not,
like
like
they
you
were
said.
about the high
Like
school
experiences like that, like literally, like like the trip that you just took us on with that story, I could easily see that as a movie.
Yeah.
That's why I love, like, you probably pull inspiration from the most fucked up places in the world. Like, that right there is just something that just so simple that happened in one night. And
Yeah,
then
that's
boom.
wild.
Like, oh.
I put myself in some very iffy positions. Like, so I used to surround myself with people who were scared of everything. But,
I like that. I like that concept.
It helps you feed off of it.
But when you get rid of those people, no, it don't help you feed off of it. It fucking cages you in. When you get rid of the people who are scared and fear fucking everything, no, that's when life gets more interesting because you don't have a fucking anchor keeping you
There's
from
no
doing
boundaries.
things. Yes. If I want to fucking just go explore a random fucking schoolhouse that's been abandoned for like 5-6 years in the middle of the fucking night, alone, well, not necessarily completely alone, but with a friend, I can. I've been in that building alone. I've wandered around it completely by myself, just empty as fuck one night, like 3 a.m., just roaming.
I definitely would watch a ton of content where it was just Vicky. I mean, any of them.
I would love that.
Roaming around the places.
I was just thinking about it right now, like how cool that would be just to really kind of go through that that whole entire process. Like if you could set up a couple of cams to really actually get like steady footage of like down the hallway and things like that. But then like with a GoPro perspective of like going through like each room, I think that'd be epic.
So
the thing is, you can't do that shit. I mean, you gotta have the lighting and stuff, so you need people to help.
Actually, these lights are extremely portable and have
I'm just trying to
battery life.
I'm trying to get Ryan to go with you.
If he comes with me, we'll go to that nursing. I'll drive the hours it takes to get here to come to this fucking nursing home.
I would love at some point, like I said, I mean, ultimately, the whole premise of this is dream jobs. At some point, I know I've already bailed enough. Go ahead, give me that middle finger again. I've already bailed enough to earn that, but there would be some point in the future I would love to embark back down that path. I feel like I've said embark like 15 times. I'm fucking stupid.
There's a chance you can.
Bark.
Comes through his bark.
Bark. But I would love just to be able to see that, to, you know, experience that and move through.
So do you want to talk about the date of the show? I know the VIPs are mostly sold out, right?
They are
so gone.
The VIPs are gone, right?
Gone.
What about normal?
So I haven't put those up yet. So
okay.
Let me run over this real quick. So VIPs, this fucking blew my mind, and I want to thank every single person who fucking got one of those because there was only 80. And when I say only, that was a lot. Like I was like, this is the minimum number of people I need to be able to pull this off successfully. So these people who paid in advance, thank you for allowing me to make the t-shirts, get the cluck truck, and on top of that, get the venue and the photographer who's going to be Chandler Cole.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be the photographer for it. I
That's awesome.
I was hoping to go on his show to announce it, but you're busy. Good luck in Vegas. Good luck in Vegas, friend. Kill him.
I mean, go do that. I mean, if you got a chance to go to Vegas and whatever.
Oh, he's still going to be there. We just haven't done a show
You
yet.
can can be here all the time. We're good with that.
Listen, I've enjoyed this.
Oh, we're not done. You don't get to say, "Oh, I've enjoyed this," as if we're over.
Listen, this is your show. You came in and take over. You do whatever you need to do.
Excellent. It's not over until I say it's over.
I'm here for it.
Do you know how rare it is for me to go live with people? Would y'all like to see the people that I'm sitting with here? Let's show the room. Here's our friends. Wave to the TikTok people, everybody. Wave at them. See.
At Unpaid Lunch on TikTok.
Yeah, go check out Unpaid Lunch on TikTok. You can actually get a different perspective from that live. But it's not my beautiful fucking face, and y'all are here from a beautiful fucking face.
Yeah, don't leave his live. Just get another phone.
Exactly.
And go join ours.
Oh, there's only 12 people in here. It's comfortable. I like it like this. I'm going to be honest
What do
with
we got? How many we got live? None.
None.
Well,
go check them out. Go jump in there.
Hot.
I'm fine with it. I could care less about any of
Yeah,
this.
no.
My biggest thing is I just wanted to hear the stories and stuff.
No, see, I'm not even really paying attention to this because this night is about this interaction. This is about hanging out with us. That's why we're 50-50 tonight.
We were very pumped. I mean, to get you here. So, and I'm happy to have you in character. Do you want to talk about you?
Well, actually, I want to thank you all because for that shout out you did. I really do appreciate that. That means the fucking world to me. So when you get local support like that, that means everything to me because there's thousands of people you can reach on the internet, but like you all are people that, you know, I have a good chance of running into when I come back to this area to visit.
Right.
And I come back to this area quite a bit to visit. So there's a good chance I'm going to run into you. And, that means a lot more to me to have someone that I know personally support.
Yeah, and that's how we are too, right? I mean, it's like, can't be more grateful for all the people that like locally that listen to us and watch us and support us. And that's why the stuff you're doing is local, currently, hopefully in the future, it's, all over the place, but currently your current work is local.
Well,
so
I would like to move my studio to be local, but right now we have to drive a little bit to do the things, and that's
that's
hampering on the problems of everything.
And that's part of it. We record when we can because it's like
family commitments.
Ideally, we'd record in the middle of the day, and we have families and have so much things going on. So we get that it's like when you can do it, where you can do it, how you can do it.
It's the best way. And the one thing that we really set out for when we started this was a sense of empowerment. Like, there's so many people working dead in freaking bullshit 9-to-5s that they hate, really kind of depressed, contemplating ungodly things. And, when you actually get to be able to have an interaction with someone like you that has really embraced cutting that bullshit out. Really, all right, this is me. This is the path that I want to tread down. This is where I want my creative outlet to be. This is what brings me joy and things like that. I can't say that about my job. There's some things I do love about it, but to be able to say, is this what I want to be doing?
Yeah.
Is this what I want to be doing 10 years from now?
Sure.
No, it's not. I mean, even while we're going through this, I know sometimes we get a little bit heavy on things. Sometimes we're more lighthearted. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I just want to make people laugh. I enjoy that part of it.
Same.
I know you're the same way.
I live for it.
That's me. Like, God knows I'm not attractive, so I might as well be funny. Or at least I think I am.
Baby, you look good. You look good.
Listen, I am fat, bald, and hairy. There ain't nothing attractive going on this side.
It'd smack you in the head like
Dad
that.
bods are in. Dad bods are in. Come on.
Like way in. We're way in.
So, listen, dad bods, by the way. I want to throw this out here. I don't know if I actually brought
I don't know where
this
this
up.
is going.
Did I talk about Asher's friend coming to spend the night and making fun of my cutoff shirt? I brought that up on the previous episode. It happened again. He was there last night. Like, I don't know why I keep having 9 and 10-year-old kids judging my man nipples.
Maybe wear a bra when they're around.
Maybe I need to, but like that's twice now in consecutive weekends that I've been told I have weird man titties.
Wear some pasties that say big and daddy.
Just the
Because
pasties.
that's totally appropriate.
I'm just gonna get them pierced and that run like a chain through them or something. At some
You
point.
fucking won't.
I won't.
Prince Albert.
Don't get them tugged. Nipples are always going to be sensitive after you get them pierced.
Is yours pierced?
No, but my girlfriend's are.
Ah, nice.
You
So
should get your nipples pierced.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Is mine pierced? No,
No, you should get them pierced.
I should.
Or
It'd give the kid. I mean, it'd give the kid a reason not to bring up like.
They would be a whole completely different conversation.
Well, it's you feel better about it.
Question. Are your nipples long enough to give them the good old Jacob's ladder?
No.
Damn it. You're missing out.
I don't have the puffy nips that works that way. I don't.
No.
See,
I want you to have the nipples like from Scary Movie 2, Tim Curry's.
Jesus. Listen,
That actually looks like the nipple off of a bottle.
So it's funny, before the show, we were talking about the structure of the show, and it's like what we were going to do and like where we were going to go. I was like, sometimes we just don't know what we're talking about. Sometimes we end up talking about how long Ryan's nipples are.
Unstructured is the best structure.
Yeah.
Organized chaos.
And this used to be my boss, guys. Just saying.
I didn't really talk about my nipples back in the day.
No, but we talked about some other things that HR definitely would have gotten.
Yeah, and we
upset
talked about some fucked up shit. I had hair back then too, by the way.
Oh, I know. I've seen you with
pretty
hair.
epic.
It was within good company.
It was not epic.
It was all right.
Your hair? Well, you wore a hat too much.
I think that's why I don't have hair now.
Yeah.
Listen, I've spent over the last 48 hours, no less than 13 hours on a baseball field with a freshly shaved head with no hat on. Right now, it feels like if someone just even took a deep breath over top of my head, my flesh would melt off.
We were,
That'd be pretty cool to see on camera.
it didn't matter like how far we were going to rush through things. It was like, how far we have to push through getting through, all the ball games and everything you had to do. And it was just like, Tyler's going to be there tonight. So
Yeah. We got there. It worked out. I was telling, we were having a conversation on the way over. I was like, if it looks like I'm just completely drained and I don't give a shit right now, just give me like 30. Like, let me get there. Let me get some pizza in me. We'll be good to go. Okay, we'll be good to go at that point. So one thing I wanted to kind of come back to, once again, film nerding out here, the convention. We said we could come back to that. You said it was in Johnson City.
Yeah.
How many different films and things like that do they have in it? Was it more horror based, or was it like films in general?
Well,
it sounds like a 747 is getting ready to land on top of your house. I don't know what that sound was.
Never heard that noise before in this house. I don't know either.
Ever.
Everybody
duck and roll. But
did you bring that noise?
No. So if I hear a big boom, I'm just gonna take cover under the table.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're...
a plane did land on this house once. Oh, wait, that was the Pentagon.
My bad. Movie festival.
So about 13 films played that night, and it ranged from a variety of audiences or filmmakers. It ranged from people who don't make horror to people who do make horror to people who put a lot of money and budget into their horror films versus people with zero to virtually no budget. It was just a little bit of everyone, and it was great to see that kind of crowd.
So I'm assuming bigger budget is always going to be effect related. It's just going to have to be.
Yeah.
You probably, like I said, I've not seen anything on the film yet. And I'm going to be honest, I'm glad I've not seen the 10-minute cut. I'm glad I'm going in kind of blind. I'm excited about that.
Just know that I wrote it, screenplayed it. I halfway screenplayed it. I'm going to be honest with you. I wrote out a shot list, but I didn't do the little sketches. I just wrote them out. And then throughout the midway through filming, I had to take pictures of what I seen in my head to be like, this is what I'm seeing, cameraman. This is what I'm seeing.
I get it.
So I had to convey it to them in a better way. So
that makes sense.
So before shooting, after like day 3 of filming, I would go through each scene and just get the camera shots that I wanted and take pictures of it. Then, so I did all that. I edited it. Color corrected it, literally the entire process, like all the way through, except for the things that I physically could not do. And I did camera operate on a few scenes.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering which scenes those are after the film, ask it during the Q&A. I'd love to explain them.
Sweet.
Because
jotting that down.
Are you going to be there for the Q&A?
Fuck yeah, I am. I ain't skipping out on that.
I'd be disappointed if you wasn't.
I will be there.
So I don't expect everybody to stay for that. I don't expect everybody to have the same interest in it. But I'm going to do the Q&A after the credits roll.
But
so that
why
gives
would
time
you
for
not?
people
I mean, I get it.
Well,
different strokes for different folks.
People are there for different reasons, right? And
different strokes for different folks. I get it. But like, I'm just like, tell me more. Tell me more.
I'm expecting people to walk out before the credits roll. Absolutely. I'm banking on people to get up and walk out.
That confuses me.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I want it to happen.
Yeah.
You want it to happen.
I want to offend people to the point where like, oh shit.
So what you're saying is you are perfectly okay with seeing people get up and say, this is too much for me, I'm leaving.
I'm going to laugh my ass off.
I love it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You're talking to a shock jockey. Come on.
This is literally why my wife isn't coming with me.
Nice.
She's like, I don't think I can do this, right? she's like, are people going to jump out? Because once again, I talk too much about Rocky Horror. She's like, is it going to be like an interactive audience and stuff? And I literally messaged that night. I'm like, anything interactive? Like, I'm scoping this out.
It's going to be blood pouring on
None
everybody.
of it. And she's like, still don't think it's my vibe. Nope, I ain't doing it. I was like, I understand that.
I think
completely.
I'm into it.
But
I said, I got to go, though.
There's people who don't know what they're getting into who are just coming to support me, and I appreciate that greatly. Not to mention, I want to throw this out there because we got on a tangent after I said the things about local. I got to thank the people from TikTok who are going to be literally driving 6 to 8 hours.
For real?
For real.
Oh, God, that's awesome.
Yes, they are going to get a special mention. I'm going to shout them out.
What's the furthest that we got somebody traveling?
I believe 8.5 hours is the furthest.
That's awesome.
How far is, I think Indianapolis might be the furthest.
It's about, yeah, it's like
about 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
So that I think is the furthest one. But I look forward to them. And usually, don't get me wrong, I'm a little precautious about people you meet on the internet because people are fucking nuts. It says the guy wearing the golf.
It's like, what the? Yeah, people are fucking nuts.
People are fucking
we let
crazy.
this person into our studio.
My house.
Your actual
studio.
house. Around your children.
But either way, though, so I'm thinking about opening up because the VIP tickets sold out literally within like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shit, I was not expecting that, and that just blew me for like just blew me away.
Which is awesome.
So
nice, well placed, well placed.
Wasn't expecting an audience. But, you know, so I've had people messaging me, and there's interest in getting the general admission tickets, but those are just donation based. So I got to figure out how to do those, and I got to make a separate list. And I'm thinking about opening up those ticket sales tomorrow because I think I got it all kind of worked out. So,
tomorrow's Monday, right?
Monday, tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is, what the fuck is the date? August 28th?
28, right?
Monday, August 28th.
Yeah, so tomorrow.
Monroe's birthday?
Hey, happy birthday.
Monroe's fucking birthday.
Let's
Happy
get this man a fucking ticket
birthday.
for his birthday.
Yeah.
So those tickets, because I don't really need the money at this point to run the event, like all the VIPs took
Right.
care of that. So at this point, general admission is a donation-based kind of thing. So all the money from general admission goes back into SycoPsilico. Every bit of it goes back into helping me get the beautiful.
That's awesome. That's the best way to do that shit, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that sounds perfect.
Because like if you think too much about the money and you're doing it for the money, you're never going
Yeah.
to.
And the only thing we have patrons, right? And shout out Patreon and all of our patrons.
Fuck up his mic and make a bunch
These
of noise,
guys.
but I got to stand.
You gonna
up.
bring it up
I'm
to
getting
you?
Dead legged here.
Yeah. And we have just enough that it pays for our publishing.
Nice.
You know, so we run just on that. Anything else is out of pocket, but you know that covers our publishing, which is great.
Patreon told me to fuck off.
Oh
Really?
yeah.
I can see that though.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
could really see that.
When I first started doing this, I tried to make a Patreon for my really, really, really violent works.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
And
You really need OnlyFans for that.
I'm fucking up this sound.
You
I'm
were
sorry.
so loud.
I'm so fucking.
I'm gonna
obnoxious.
shut the fuck up till you fix your fucking sound.
Fuck you. Okay, let's go.
We can hear you. We can hear you fine.
So,
I gotta stretch his old man leg out here.
so are you gonna be able to be a camera operator for me?
Oh, I
can't do
can.
it.
I think you can. I think you
I
can.
think
He'll
I can
suffer
do it.
through it.
I would suffer through it.
But Patreon, when I first started doing this, they were like, "Yeah, no, we need your IP address. We need this. We need this.
Oh,
we
fuck.
need this." And I was like, "No, go fuck yourself." And I just didn't do Patreon. But now that I have like more of a following and everything, because this was right when I first started,
Sure.
so everything was just a new account. And now I'm going to go back in, try again, see if they ask for the same shit. They ask for the same shit. I'm going to tell them to eat shit and move on and go somewhere else.
OnlyFans. I mean, I know it's. listen, I know
OnlyFans,
it's.
no.
I know it's made for. I know what it's made for. Like I know what it like people use it for, but I'm pretty sure it was created originally for.
Gore won't let me do. Can't have gore on.
Oh, you can't have gore on
Really?
it.
Same with the hub. Same with the hub. You can't have gore. It's
Really?
Yeah, can't have gore. Like gore is.
I'm learning shit right now.
I guess that makes sense. Why I can't find it.
But the sex and violence is where it's at.
I mean,
Everything makes a lot more sense.
well,
now.
I mean, you got to think they're probably if you allow that there, you're probably tapping into a crowd that they don't want to be responsible for. I guess.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, okay.
I'm sure
so,
there's a place for it somewhere on the dark web.
so let's do this before we forget.
Yes.
If you're going to open general admission tickets tomorrow, where can you get general admission tickets and donate?
Directly through me.
Okay.
That's the only way to do it.
And how to get in contact with you.
Yes. So, fuck. All right, we got 11 people. I believe all of you all are. You're kosher. I assume you're kosher. So, tylerpayne.3d@gmail.com. That is what you need to email and just say, hey, tickets, movie tickets.
Awesome.
Put that in the subject bar. I know what it is. We'll
Okay.
talk about it from there. But then there's also Cash App, PayPal, Facebook Pay, Facebook in general. And then if you see me walking around on the street, spot me $5 and I'll be like, hey, putting you on the list.
Yeah. And that's what's great about it. That feels awesome. You know, donate what you can for the tickets to help support the. And it seems like your following is people who are passionate about it and love it. So
absolutely.
so it's going to be people all over the place.
Either that
Everybody's
or,
like around.
they found up that fucked up thumb fish hook video.
Or they're hoping some
I
more of the
gotta
fish
ask,
hook.
like on that one, like it has like 97 million views, right?
Right.
Did you balloon like big time in followers when that video clipped and just went
Yep.
completely viral? I imagine that you did.
Actually, I got banned like 5 times when that first hit. Like,
Really?
Got in trouble where I couldn't post for a little bit because some of my more violent pieces got discovered. That,
Oh yeah.
That went under the radar because I was shadow banned when I posted. And I actually love a shadow ban because I don't bitch about it anymore because I can put some real fucked up shit up there without anyone noticing. And I got a new ASMR that I'm going to shoot this week. So I'm out of the shadows for now. But
I'd like to get him back for a full bonus episode and just do ASMR for a bonus episode for like 30 minutes, just ASMR stuff.
Listen,
right, we can make that
I
happen.
was never into ASMR. Like you were kind of alluding to earlier. It's just, for some people, it's just not a vibe. But like when my dad passed and stuff, and I wasn't sleeping good at night, was on anxiety meds and everything, I was like, I gotta find something. And I found this dude that literally just takes a mic and takes like fucking brushes all over and just makes static sounds
peaceful,
on the
man.
mic. And like I found myself passing out within like 6 minutes just running those videos. But here was the problem. My wife hates it. So I'd fall asleep, but that's still running. So she's like slapping her back on the bed trying to find where the fucking noise is coming from. So it became a problem.
I actually started doing more long cut videos specifically for people to sleep at night. So like,
Nice.
I did one last year.
What are you
like
going to sleep to?
30 minutes long, and I make sure to not talk too much. And I'm like, at the beginning, I'll do a little bit of context, and then from there, it's just cutting away.
I like it.
I love the cooking videos.
Oh, fuck
Cooking
off.
with Carol.
Cooking with Carol. Carol's not a chef. Carol's a surgeon. It was only for the 25K. Thank you.
This is your favorite though, the cooking one.
The beans one.
I didn't watch that one.
So I got a fun little thing about the beans one. That bitch is still in my freezer, frozen, and
With the beans in it.
with the beans in her.
That's kind of gross.
Well, she's deep frozen. When I say frozen, she's fucking frozen. We're gonna get her out soon. Carol is gonna do a follow-up episode on cooking with Carol, and we're gonna put that bitch in a pan and we're gonna refry her.
So here's the thing that's phenomenal. Like we literally had a conversation in. Like, I was helping you out of your car, helping you get stuff set up, and open up the door, and I see the tire and everything. I'm like, I can only imagine if you were to ever get pulled over, what kind of questions would be asked.
They're gonna get to see my TikTok right then and there.
Right then and there.
You
You would have to.
I promise.
You would have to explain that. Be like, listen, I know this is real fucked up looking. Like, there's a couple heads in the trunk. I'm just throwing that out there, letting you know, like, there's some weird shit floating around this car.
There are a couple of heads in my trunk and a boat.
I was shown one.
I dig it.
So
and its mouth was duct tape closed, although its mouth doesn't open.
So I hope, like, at some point, like you said, you want to build your own place. If you ever move out, that you just leave some of these heads laying around. So that when whoever moves in, they're like, what the actual hell happened here? Like, what is going on?
So my driveway, I plan to have heads piked all the way up until you get to my house. And I plan to live in a very hidden area. So if you stumble upon my house and happen to bypass the gate and happen to not read the notice that will, well, say you're trespassing and give me free realm of my
It's
property.
the wrong house to break into.
Oh, it is. We'll make a show out of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so as you're driving up that road, you know how people have those nice little pretty lights that lead you all the way? I'm going to have those pretty lights, but they all going to be a bitch's head.
I'm here for that.
I just feel like if this is the house you break into and it's just standing there. Like if I broke into your house right now and you looked like that,
Yeah.
I would just ask you to kill me, I think.
I would be like, can we put it on camera first? No,
Yeah,
you
sounds
you
good.
need to write a thing.
But we can't put it on the hub.
I just want to show you a movie,
Yeah.
Just want to watch some movies with you.
Just want to watch this movie.
take some pictures.
You know.
Listen, I couldn't
I
watch
do
that
feel like
shit. I couldn't do
Get
it.
tied up.
I don't know if I'd actually want to do that to you though. You should. I don't think you'd break into my house. I think you'd be like, hey, let's hang out.
It'd be there to record an episode.
There you go. See. There's no
We're
reason
just-
to break in. I'd let you in.
We're about the same thing. We're about making content.
Exactly.
And we're all about the same thing. Everything works out great. So maybe I will break in.
Hey, I don't think so.
Oh man. This is a fucking blast.
I've had fun, man.
What do you
I don't
mean,
wanna
had
say-
fun. The show's not over.
I got no control over that.
The
I feel like
show's not
we're
over.
being held hostage now at this point.
I think that's the plan anyway. I feel like that's been the plan the whole time. So one more time, let's plug where it's going to be.
All right. So Norton, Virginia, at the 93.5 building on September 29th, I'm going to show my feature-length film, the first ever film I've ever made that's feature-length, completely produced by me. So that means no one could tell me no on the things I wanted to do. And when someone made a suggestion on to cut things, I said, fuck off. I don't think so.
Fuck
this is mine. Did you fucking pay for it? I don't fucking think so. I did. So therefore, I have no cuts. Everything that's in there that I got to shoot is in there that I want to be in there. So anyway, so that is going to be September 29th at the 93.5 building in Norton, Virginia. So,
And general admission is going to try to go on sale tomorrow, Monday, the 28th.
yes.
Monday the 20th.
It was
Monroe's
gonna,
birthday.
It was going to be at the door. It was going to be at the door, but not anymore because everybody's asking me about it. So I'm like, okay, I'll open up for pre-orders on this.
And it seems like you won't have any at the door, is what it seems like.
Dude,
With-
wouldn't that be surreal?
That would be
dope.
beautiful.
It seems like it. I mean, to me, it seems like a month out from the show,
I want to see a packed house.
it seems like you're not going to have tickets at the door.
Standing room only.
I'll give my seat away to make sure that someone gets to watch this. I will sit in the crow's
But to
nest the
guarantee
entire
it,
time.
I would try to
You
give
will
them as early as
Shia
possible.
LaBeouf that shit and
Yeah.
just sit there and just.
I'm excited. I'm excited for all of it.
Now, I know you're live right now, and for your followers and things like that. But for anyone that comes across our media and picks it up, throw where we can find you at on the socials and things like that.
So the best way to find me is on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube, I do my own podcast on now, which is the SycoPsilico Subliminal Show, which is bi-weekly. Is that so?
Definitely check that out. I've not caught. You've done 2 episodes on there now, right?
Is that twice
I've
a
caught
week
the
or
first
every other
episode.
week?
Every other week.
Every other week. I've caught the first one. I've not seen the second one yet, so that's something I'm going to check out tomorrow.
Yeah, I watched the first one. You sent me the first one. I watched
First
it.
one was phenomenal. I loved it.
So the next one, I believe Carol has an interview for the filmmaker.
Do you think we can get Carol here one day?
Oh, absolutely.
I would love to have Carol here
Carol?
for a follow up, just kind of a rehashing of how
Yeah,
everything
for sure.
went after the
I'd love to do that.
actual showing.
So Carol's not contained like I am. Carol's a little bit.
I'm 100% okay with that.
All right, y'all asked for it.
Gabby, I don't know.
We'll ask my family not to be here.
They can stop.
She will run for the hills. And for us, like, I don't know if anyone can hear us on that live. All of our tags are directly at Unpaid Lunch, directly through Instagram, TikTok. We're trying to get some cuts of some of our shows and things like that out there. Big place that you can find us is on all of your podcast streaming platforms, specifically Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast, anything where you get your main podcast viewing from. I've had a lot of fun with this, and I'm going to say that again. I know you're not done with me yet. Can you do me one more favor? Can you break out the twisty straw one more time?
1 second before I do that. So I never gave my handle out. So it's
Do
at SycoPsilico.
Yes, I don't know how we missed that.
So SycoPsilico. Now, if you can figure out what the spelling is from, you get extra credit.
I honestly
Do you
don't
know?
know. I don't.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't expect.
So
I
he'll-
wouldn't expect you to know.
We'll make sure people
the movie
comment
first.
and
Watch the
if
movie.
anybody knows beforehand, maybe leave the comments. They can comment everywhere. Send us a message on Instagram too.
Absolutely. In closing, the last thing that I even want to say, what can we expect next? I know you wrapped on this first one. Any visions on what happens next from the theatrical space? You looking at potentially building another screenplay? Have you thought about that yet? Or are we still just kind of wait and see how this one's delivered?
You should see my fucking pitch deck.
I love it.
So I've already decided. I've not announced it super publicly yet, but I'm going to go ahead and announce it. I'm going to begin writing the sequel to Silico Solutions like January. Like, it's already been in my head. It's already been playing over.
Yeah, you're already writing it, right?
Yeah, it's already in there. But I'm going to start putting pen to paper. I have the key detail scenes that I want. And the main thing is I just need the budget. So I'm hoping. I'm not going to hope because I'm going to be on this fucking show. So, do you guys know who Joe Bob Briggs is?
Yes.
So he's doing the drive-in jamboree, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I would love for you all to just like watch my movie. You don't got to say anything about it on air. I just want you all to watch it and tell me what you think. And they were like, instead of that, how about you submit it to the drive-in jamboree? And I was like,
Oh, dude.
It'd be fucking awesome, yeah.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Chills.
I was like, here's the link. And guess what? It was fucking free to submit. But here's the thing. I couldn't find it. When I just looked it up when I wasn't logged in,
Right.
I couldn't find it anywhere. So I don't know if it's an invite-only thing or what it was. But
Seems that way.
I had to follow that
an
link
embedded
to
link.
get there. And I put my feature-length film in. Now here's the catch. Only 2 feature-length films are going to be selected. And that's it. So I'm going to fucking Vegas because that's where this is at.
That'd be awesome.
We're manifesting that. I'm going
God,
to fucking
yeah.
Vegas.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Don't forget us when you're at the top.
Forget you. How could I? I don't.
That's true.
I don't forget fucking anything.
And
So
you really
people
don't.
who are good to me, I keep you close by. The people who are shit to me, I'll fucking remember you too. So yeah, they're all inspirations, every single one of them.
And do
Good
you-
and bad, you can't have one
No.
without the other.
I mean, it all ties in together.
And it makes good
All of it.
stories. Oh
Yeah.
shit, some of the worst fucking experiences and the worst fucking people make some of the best fucking stories.
Oh, for sure. God, yeah, that's generally it's kind of what the show's about.
Like, it's about shit shows.
Yeah.
About that shit boss at Kmart, that fucking cunt Monica. What about her? Look at me now, Monica. Look at me now. I know what you did to your kids.
You worked with one of our close friends at Kmart, actually.
Yeah.
You were really close friend and listener. Talk to him every day, Larry.
Oh, Larry?
Yeah.
No, wait, Larry Osley. Right?
Grew up with
Larry
him,
was
bro.
with us at GameStop.
Grew up, yeah.
Love Larry.
Yeah,
Larry was with us at GameStop.
Yeah, Larry's one of my best friends in the world.
Send him my regards. Tell him I miss him.
Yeah, hopefully he'll listen. He was excited about. He was like Tyler's gonna be fucking lit on the show.
Larry was great.
Yeah.
He showed me the coolest place to chill in the loft when we had to when we had to do our cards. So we had to meet a quota on that shit. Cause yeah. What else? Oh. There was a guy who trained me specifically. So you know the meme like, oh, wait until this guy. I trained this guy, right? So there's this one guy who trained me, and I'm not going to drop his name, just in case. He probably wouldn't mind it if I did, but I'm not going to. But he trained me on how to hate Monica. That's right, Monica. I fucking hate your guts, you putrid bitch. Fucking cunt. And if you ain't listening to this, I want you to fucking know that someone's gonna bring this shit to you. I'm glad that you lived the life that you live. The sorrow, the sadness at that fucking gas station, you worthless sack of shit. You fucking had it all, cunt! You had it all and you lost it.
Do we know for sure she's alive?
I hope so. Oh,
God.
God.
You would think I would have named him Monica instead of Deborah. But Deborah's literally printed on the bitches. Speaking of Deborah's, there was a Deborah from the university I graduated from. Total fucking cunt! Let me tell you about fucking Deborah. All right, so I wanted to be a game designer so fucking bad. I wasn't going to let anyone get in my fucking way. Not even a goddamn Deborah. So I go to this place. I graduated. I have an associate's degree. Oh, look at my big dick swinging. So I go up there, and I'm like, I'm ready to enroll into your game design program. I get in-state tuition. I'm gonna drive every fucking day to be here. I'm a motivated motherfucker. I'm here for this fucking meeting. She didn't even look at my transcripts, and she's the only advisor for the game design department. Instead, this pudgy old bitch sat and watched Netflix and Hulu, and I think she had fucking HBO as well on a tab. Why do you need 3 fucking streaming services active when you're at fucking work, Deborah? Tell me that! So, not only did I drive back home in a fucking snowstorm, but I wrote a 3-page paper to the dean of that department saying, fuck this bitch, strip her of her titles, and throw her to the fucking streets. They didn't, and I had to deal with this bitch still. But I didn't have a problem with her later on. You know why? Because I got to work through the dean directly of that department. And no, I actually think it's ironic that that bitch's name was Deborah, and it goes along with the Deborahs that I chop up the mannequin heads. It's ironic.
Is it ironic?
It truly is. It really fucking
there's
is.
just a release.
But it adds a little bit of extra pleasure. It really does.
Well, I'm sure.
Oh, I fucking hate that cunt.
Listen, that was worth all of it to me.
Oh, it's perfect.
I had to give you a little bit of the outburst and a little bit of the SycoPsilico in there, you know.
Listen.
So I remember the shitty people very well. Very well.
Well, I'm glad we're on your good side then.
Excellent. You should be.
Y'all heard that a while ago. He said I was a good boss.
He is. You were one of the excellent bosses.
Oh.
Excellent.
We all know you're a great boss.
However, your predecessor, on the other hand, pales in comparison.
Yeah.
Ran that place into the ground, he did, but we won't go over that too much. I've said my piece. I've said my piece.
Well, do you have anything else you need to say?
I don't even know how you close after this.
How do we close after this? I'll tell you how we close after this. It's been a wonderful evening, everyone, and thank you all for joining me as I talk shit and take control over this podcast, which is called...
Unpaid lunch.
Unpaid lunch.
You say so terrified. I
was terrified of the whole thing. You got anything else?
No.
God, that was fucking awesome.
This has been the night of my life. Thank you, everyone, for coming in, checking this out. Listen, as soon as you see this film, there's no doubt in my mind it's going to get a wide reach at some point. Definitely get your hands on it. Soak it up.
Everybody's pumped.
It's been an honor having you here. Thank you for showing up.
Oh, thank you all for having me. Joe Bob Briggs, I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Hey, remember, there ain't nobody stopping you from quitting your job, but you.
Quit that motherfucker now! Quit! They don't care about you!